one of the two main subjects of this episode and what we're going to talk about right now, the fucking gay bomb. So this proposal was brought to the public attention in 2005 when the Sunshine Project, a watchdog,
The only thing would have made it better was
the Rainbow Project. So yeah, they're making gay bombs. They're like I said, they're trying to sprinkle fairy dust on soldiers.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the GITM podcast, where we cover true crime, paranormal, conspiracy.
And tonight, in honor of Pride Month, happy Pride, everybody out there that is part of the LGBTQIA plus community. We're talking about gay stuff. Butt stuff. Gay stuff.
I would like to apologize in advance for anybody Travis might offend.
At least I didn't get that shirt.
The comments that...
Although I still stand by it. Gay people would find that shirt hilarious.
I'm just going to say the comments, what you hear over the next hour and a half to 2 hours...
It's going to be childish.
...do not reflect the GITM
and
podcast.
It's not just going to be childish because of the gay part of this. The whole thing is going to be hilarious. Everything I talk about in this is funny as shit.
Well,
okay, being gay is not funny.
No. What the government did is funny.
The use of gay is about to be hilarious.
Excuse me. No, but we'll get into that. We're going to talk a little bit beforehand about something. We don't know. We're going to BS for a little while.
We're going to talk about Voyager 1.
Oh, that's right. We were you and I were personally talking about this the other day.
I was just talking about it the other night or yesterday or some shit too.
See, this I won't cut out of the podcast version.
Yeah, Voyager 1 launched in 1977 by NASA along with Voyager 2 has been since 2012 the only man-made technology to reach interstellar space.
That basically for there's
outside of the solar system.
Yes, past that whatever Pluto is now.
Oh, it's way past that.
What is Pluto now? Did it get back its planet status back?
Fucking no. It's a planet as far as I'm concerned.
Just a little small.
I'm a millennial. My outer rim planets are like Republicans' guns. Come and fucking take it.
Don't worry. Neil deGrasse Tyson will come and take that motherfucker, apparently. Because wasn't he behind that? Oh, whatever.
He's a supervillain waiting to happen. It has nothing to do with the fact that he's black. That's just a coincidence.
Okay.
But so Voyager 1 in 2012 was left the plane of what we know of the solar system.
Yes.
So it's out of the solar system. It's past the reach of the sun.
The sun's just a little dot.
Yeah, it's just a star to it. Like a normal, what we see as a star.
Okay.
So it's in theory, in some theory, it should not even be properly functioning anymore. But it does still send information back somehow from millions and billions of miles away. And
I have a thought on this, but go ahead. I have a question about this, but we'll cover that once you talk about this.
So as we discussed, it has beamed back information on a humming noise that it has caught for an extended period of time in space, which is weird, but it's not ruled out that it could be many things. It could be stellar nuclei reacting with whatever is in the airspace around it. It could be many things, but it has a sound pattern that is mathematical, which makes it weird.
Almost with purpose.
Yes.
It was done purposefully.
Yes.
Or purposefully.
And if what I've heard is correct, it has also, at least slightly to some extent, changed direction, which theoretically in space, without some sort of influence from an outside force, is impossible.
Because there's no gust of wind in space.
They're not controlling it either. It's just on a trajectory.
Like, I believe it was best said in Armageddon. Bear, if I kick you in the nuts on this rock, what would happen? I'd float up in space.
Yeah.
Yes. So
yeah, there's
nothing keeping it or no friction from stopping it.
Yeah, and allegedly they're not controlling it anymore. Which, if they are, is fucking nuts. Like, it would literally probably take months for a signal to change the direction of it to get to it. It's billions of miles away.
So what are the wonderful people, the non-lying people at NASA, saying about this?
They don't know.
They haven't come up with any...
They don't, we don't know. Nobody knows, like, if this is a signal, like, it's been found.
Did Jodie Foster find it?
Or, yeah, like, we don't know. It's a conundrum.
I'm sure the internet is blossoming with ideas of what this is.
Yeah. They're saying that, I mean, there's theories like, could it have been found? Is it some type of signal that is meant to get back to us that we just don't know how to? Because there's other shit going on in the world too. AI has...
Go Fast Racing, welcome. Yes, we are talking about Voyager. Sorry for that.
Yeah, Voyager 1.
Voyager 1.
Voyager 1, let's see. As of late May 2025, Voyager 1 is approximately 15.5 billion miles away from Earth.
That's a hell of a road trip.
Yeah. 24.9 billion kilometers for you people that don't measure in freedom.
I would not want to have the kids in the back seat for that long.
Dude, good God. But there's also AI is translating shit. AI apparently, was it I can't remember if it was the sound recorded by Voyager or some deep space sound got like plugged into an AI, and the AI like broke it down to data points and mathematical equations and shit like that, and like it mapped a face.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
And allegedly, an AI and technology has also potentially translated the what is it? The Gigax Codex or whatever the fuck.
You lost me.
The Codex Gigas, I think.
You
some
lost
shit like
me at Codex.
We've talked about it before. It's a book that has never been translated, and like has paintings of fauna and shit like that nobody knows what the fuck it is. It might be the devil's work. Allegedly, the tale behind it is that like a defunct priest got like some shit, like he refused to write the Bible or some shit like that. I'm drawing on very vague memory because this is very deep in my Rolodex of stupid shit that I've gone down the rabbit hole of.
Right.
But like something about like a defunct priest that was like locked away and forced to scribe biblical scripture. And like allegedly overnight he wrote, drew, painted this codex that's like literally impossible to have done overnight. And it allegedly, there's an image at the back that is supposedly supposed to be maybe the devil.
Satan.
And like I said, like nobody's ever been able to translate it, but allegedly AI may have translated it. I have yet to see any input on what it says.
That AI, I tell you what, that's going to be the death of us all.
Yeah, it's literally going to kill us. I told you, I've told the story on here before about the person, like and share the video, that asked AI if it were to take over humanity, how it would do it, and it broke it down.
Huh.
And it did it so in a way that makes sense. It could do it. If the technology gets far enough, it could accomplish it.
So, with this Voyager 1 thing, I have a question.
It's aliens.
It is how many? 15 million?
15.5
billion with a B as in boy.
Which we will be talking about later.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Now, according to my science and my astronomy classes I took in high school.
Didn't you go to a religious school?
No.
Not high school. You went to a religious college.
I didn't take astronomy in college.
They didn't offer it.
No. The earth was flat according to them. I'm just joking.
They offered Vaseline 101.
And priests, I love them.
How to spank boys with rulers 2.
Thank you. May I have another? The earth, according to scientists of today, is orbiting around the sun.
Yes.
Not vice versa. We can talk about that in a minute. So this satellite is 15.5 billion miles away.
Yes.
Shot information back to us. I'm assuming it's going in a straight line.
Technically.
Now,
It didn't, if you track its trajectory from Earth. Because when they launched Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, they did it at a certain time because there was going to be a planetary alignment that happens like once every 179 years, in which they could utilize the gravitational slingshot of like Jupiter and Saturn or something like that.
which could change its, they use it to change
That
its
did
direction.
change the directory at the time, but that's years ago.
But my point is, it's sending information back. If we are on the wrong side of the sun or to the right of the sun in our orbital pattern, wouldn't it just go right by us? I don't know how this shit works. I'm a moron. Or is it more of a fan? I don't know how radio or this information goes.
I don't know. I would assume
You would think, because if the sun's here, we are orbiting around the sun, and it is far out, like side by the camera. If we are over here and it is pointing, we're not here to catch the signal. We're over here. Will it go that way, miss us?
that I don't know.
That's why I'm starting to think this flat Earth is real, and it's all bullshit.
Well, because like then you could get into the conversation of, even though I highly doubt it, you could get into the conversation of laser telecommunications,
Right?
because that is a thing.
Did they say how long?
There's a laser that talks to you. The military has now.
Fuck the military.
They can point it at people like a mile away, and it'll be like, "Halt! Don't fucking do that anymore. We don't like that. You will get blowed the fuck up."
How did it, do you happen to know, or maybe somebody in the chat might know, how long does it take said information
Let's find out.
to get back from this information that we have recently received from Voyager 1? I wonder how long it was. When did it actually receive, did the Voyager 1 receive the message to send back? That is the question, because that big spaceship could be almost here by now if it took a long time, and they got warp drive, Scotty.
It takes a radio signal about 22.5 hours to reach Voyager 1 and another 22 and a half for the spacecraft's response to return to Earth.
What was that? 22 what?
22 and a half hours. So it takes about 45 hours to...
That's it?
Yeah.
To travel 15.5 billion miles?
Yeah.
That's some fast. That seems awful fast.
Immense distance. It takes time it takes. The major factor of the NASA engineers. Let's see. How do we communicate with Voyager? Voyager 1 communicates with Earth using a 3.7 meter or 12-foot diameter high-gain Cassegrain antenna and the Deep Space Network, or the DSN, a network of giant radio antennas. Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Apparently, we have a network of giant radio antennas in space.
How convenient.
I know. Signals are transmitted at a frequency of either 2.3 gigahertz or 8.4 gigahertz or for data, and 2.1 gigahertz for commands. These signals travel for...
Speaking of space,
deep space, the DSN on Earth consists of 3 antenna complexes with 70 meter and 34 meter antennas capable of picking up very weak signals. There you go.
Speaking of space, I just watched an interesting video on 2 interesting videos, which one of them we might do an episode. Maybe I'll do it for one of mine about the moon. There's some funky shit with the moon. You've heard the whole hollow moon theory, or that it's not actually. There is some weird shit with the moon that shouldn't be. It shouldn't be that.
Hold on. What? Shut your mouth.
What we got?
We have someone who helped get Voyager back in working order within the last year or two.
Did they send Neil Armstrong's ghost out there?
No, apparently Go Fast Racing, I'm assuming, helped. Hold on. Well, this might be an interview. Not tonight, but this might be an interview. Hold the fucking phone. What do you mean? Elaborate. For people listening to this, shut the fuck up. If this is legitimate, I'm interviewing this person because I'm a nerd. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I know that it's happening. Working on this Friday too. What the fuck?
Got me.
Reach out to me on Instagram. Yes. Ghost_night_podcast.
Or just send us an email, gitmpodcast@gmail.com. But the moon, there is some really weird shit with the moon.
It's a Nazi Death Star. Duh.
So maybe we'll do an episode. I mean, apparently the Chinese are finding some weird shit on the moon. They are on.
Well, who was it that, fuck. It was, Chris Bledsoe. Chris Bledsoe said, like, one of his government contacts, he asked him about the moon, and he said, the guy, he was like, what's going on the dark side of the moon, basically. And the guy was like, there's structures, they're big, and they don't appear natural. That's all I know and or can tell you. Which leads us to another question. Are we just terraforming Earth for another alien race?
What was I going to say? Oh, and then I watched another video about, you are aware that we are on a collision.
What the fuck?
What? The Milky Way and the Andromeda Galaxy are on a collision course.
When? How many billions of years
like
out?
4 billion.
Yeah, so probably beyond the existence of man.
But I was watching, you would think that would be very catastrophic for us.
Or it's just going to be like...
But apparently, it might not be as bad as what you think because of the vastness of each... Even though each one has trillions of stars, I think Andromeda has...
So are you talking about galactic lovemaking?
I think we could get... No, I'm just saying, stars wouldn't necessarily collide into one another. There's so much space in these that
the mathematical probability of two
right.
physical bodies encountering each other physically are just massive.
I'm sure the gravitational pulls alone would rip us apart, But like the stars, think of our sun as like a grain of sand, like 2 grains of sand.
Right.
Running into. I found that you would think collision course, we're dead.
I like galactic lovemaking myself.
What?
I like galactic lovemaking myself. Like Chris Pratt and that big fucking tree are going to be somewhere in a spaceship, and they're going to see them come together, and it's just tonight music sings so loud.
Yeah, but I think in an upcoming episode, I might do the moon.
It sounds like we might be fucking interviewing somebody who worked on satellites and shit.
Sweet.
That's fucking dope.
Are they real?
I was gonna say that's way cooler than Netflix girl. Different kind of cool.
I'm just saying.
I haven't heard from her in a while.
Who?
Aaron. The one from Haunted that we interviewed.
Oh yeah.
We linked up with.
Yeah, we did an interview
with R.I.P. Jerry from Hillbilly Horror Stories.
Right. Yeah.
And also Brohio, which I don't think they ever did an episode with her unless they did it on Patreon. That's how I got him to play our intro or our fucking promo.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool guy, Nick from Brohio. He said I was being gay in the emails.
Hey, Travis.
I need the mouse.
Oh, fuck. There, take the mouse. Just don't shut us off. Oh, let's talk about the government turning everybody. Turn the frog.
We're going back in time to almost probably fucking over the top times. 1994.
I think over the top was in 87.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was that old?
Yeah. 88. It was pre-90.
Oh. Okay, so we're going back to shitty versions of Rocky. How about that? Remember, if everybody watching this right now forces 3 of their friends to watch us, we'll have
9 friends watching.
We'll have 3 times as many people. So the origin of what we're going to talk about, this research, these ideas were developed by the Wright Laboratory at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio, for the purpose of exploring non-lethal chemical agents that could disrupt enemy forces by causing discomfort, embarrassment, or behavioral changes, thereby reducing combat effectiveness without causing fatalities.
So we're trying not to kill people. We just want to make them goofy.
Yes. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. People being the United States government. Okay, so...
Oh, we're jumping right into it.
Oh, yeah.
We're going right into the censorship.
Yeah.
Wait.
So this proposal was brought to the public attention in 2005 when the Sunshine Project, a watchdog... Yeah.
The only thing would have made it better if it was the Rainbow Project.
A watchdog group monitoring chemical and biological weapons research obtained the document through a Freedom of Information Act request. Good old FOIA.
I'm sorry. I think if the government was doing this and whoever did not, I don't know, get rid of this document.
Just shred it entirely.
Don't keep copies laying around.
Yeah, because it gets more ridiculous than the first one.
Drawn and quartered.
So the subject, one of the two main subjects of this episode, and what we're going to talk about right now, the fucking gay bomb. That's right. The gay bomb. The bomb of gay. What is that, you ask? It is a concept. This concept is a chemical weapon intended to release strong aphrodisiacs, potentially causing homosexual behavior among enemy troops. The idea of which is that the effects would disrupt until unit cohesion and morale. So basically, let's break this down for stupid people like us. This is what the military wanted to do. They wanted to take chemicals and pheromones and put them into a bomb, quote unquote, to release onto enemy troops. And the hopes of this would basically be like, you would basically have a bunch of fucking Russians being like, we have to kill the enemy, comrade. And then once that shit hits them, they're like, hi, Dmitri, what that dick do? They were going to chemical them into fucking each other while we just walked past them.
I could have saved the U.S. government, CIA, a shit ton of money.
Yeah, and you could have told them, like, yo, you can't use chemicals to make people fucking gay. It's a choice.
I'm just saying. Encircle them, surround them so they can't get out. Eventually, the dudes are going to start fucking each other.
Oh, well. Well,
prison?
I mean,
any more fucking examples?
Again, that leads me down my initial, like I said, you can't turn somebody gay. It's their choice.
Is it a choice or
you have to choose to be gay?
I thought it was biological.
It is biological.
Okay, that's why I said I don't know.
No, you can't fucking make someone be gay. I mean, I guess, the prison thing is a thing. That's a different type of situation.
No, that's the ultimate question: nature versus nurture. Does our environment make us who we are, or is it a combination?
I'll tell you what doesn't.
I mean, I'm not being totally serious at this point.
I'll tell you what doesn't. Fucking raining aphrodisiacs. I seriously doubt you're going to have them. You're going to just sprinkle somebody with some fairy dust and they're going to all of a sudden be rolling around with those weird streamer things and like sucking each other off on the battlefield.
I mean, I think that wait a minute. Of course, this was done back when women weren't allowed in combat
mid-90s.
In combat zones.
It's a whole new.
What would happen now if they did it? They dropped one of these bombs. That'd just be a lot.
Would it make the gay soldiers straight?
I don't know. These are questions I need answered.
Would you have like a bunch of straight dudes that are like, oh my God, Tommy, you're so hot. And they start making out and like licking each other's fucking belly buttons. And then the super gay guy from fucking like Boston is sitting there. He's like, you fucking queers. Like, is there an opposite effect? Or does it make gay people more gay?
I don't know. I need a follow-up. Did we need to get another FOIA request and find out?
Yeah, we need to see I want to see the tests. Like, that's pretty gay to say.
I want to know who they got.
I guess the test would basically just be porn. If it worked.
Okay, all jokes aside.
Great idea.
There seems to be an uptick in
gay.
Now, is that because of we are a more open society?
Yeah, I think it's a lack of fear of coming out of the closet more than anything.
Or is it chemically induced with we know our food sucks, our water is fucking
kind of like how they say that like after 1989 and after, like you see a drastic increase in autism and shit like that.
Right. I mean, it went to 1 to 10,000 to 1 in 100 or something stupid like that.
We're all fucking autistic now.
But I wonder if maybe it does seem to be more open.
Wait, are you saying that instead of using this in warfare, the government is making us gay?
Or maybe accidentally.
Population control?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Oh.
I mean, we take in so many chemicals, plastic, all the plastic in our bloodstream now from drinking out of fucking plastic bottles.
Yeah.
Is lowering our men's testosterone.
Yeah.
People, Gen Z's testosterone, they have the testosterone levels of fucking like a 60-year-old, apparently. To where me, Gen X motherfucker, rock hard.
I like to find, I find myself right in the middle.
But that's...
I don't have quite as much of the attitude problem.
This environment that we are living in with all the chemicals, we are the most unhealthy nation in the world because they put everything in our food supply.
Perfect examples right here. I'm fat. He's a stroke survivor.
So I wonder if, is it just the chemicals in themselves has maybe caused a change in internally our thought processes and made it more likely that people or is it have homosexual tendencies, or is it just more the mere fact that we are a more open society?
It's a possibility.
Or did they say, fuck them soldiers, let's try it on the population? Because in a future episode, the government has done that, and I will cover that.
Fluoride.
Oh, exactly.
Fluoridated water. That's confirmed.
So, I mean, I'm not trying to be an asshole. This is kind of weird.
We're not saying that normal gays don't exist. We're just saying, are there artificial gays?
Or could this be evolution?
Everybody fucks everybody?
No, people are saying we're going to eventually, like the Greys, these aliens that people report seeing, are they all look alike. No sexual organs. And there are some that say that is the direction we are heading into. We are evolved. Those could be us in the future, basically.
Like they're trying to, like, we're just slowly moving away from any type of sexual dimorphism.
Right. So maybe in this evolution of the species, it goes from heterosexual, homosexual to no sexual.
Asexual.
I'm gonna coin that phrase, no sexual.
Asexual reproduction, perhaps. I mean, like Godzilla 2000.
I don't know.
Starring Matthew Broderick.
Yes. Well, that wasn't the one.
One of the worst Godzilla movies.
That wasn't the one with Samuel L. Jackson where he... That was
that was Kong.
Yeah, where he, jumped all bad.
Motherfucker! I'm tired of this motherfucking monkey on this motherfucking island.
But what if this is... Because in my lifetime, I've seen the change.
I've experienced the change.
The openness of homosexuality.
That's how it's going to be. Like, I mean, gay people are going to take over the world, and then it's going to just continue to evolve into other things, and then you're going to have like militaries of gay. Everyone salute the leader. Huh.
Did you just do a...
Did you just fucking make a noise at the same time?
I think the dog's even canceling you right now.
I think the dog's gay.
Maybe.
So yeah, they're making gay bombs. They're like I said, they're trying to sprinkle fairy dust on soldiers.
Did it work?
I don't know. My initial thought when I was like doing this little bit of research for this was like, how funny would it be if they actually did it, and like it did or didn't work. Either way, it's hilarious. But like you just see like. Because one would assume, just like from a scientific standpoint, realistically, you would just either be, Hal Dickler. You would either
Jesus Christ.
It would either be a bomb or a like crop dusting, if you will.
Crop dusting.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to think of like maximum effective spread. You know what I mean? Of like what would be some type of chemical agent that I'm assuming would be pink and have glitter in it, because why not? If you're gonna come up with a fucking idea this far-fetched, so you might as well really lean into it.
They're either going to become gay or a stripper.
Yeah, they're either going to be gay or they're going to continue to be straight, and they're going to get bitched at by their wives when they go home because they're covered in glitter. But so imagine that. Just rainbow glitter being dropped across a battlefield. And then the military rolls out those tanks with those fucking, those audio sonar pulse guns that like they use for crowd suppression and shit. But instead, like some fucking, as the glittery fuckfetti is just being dropped upon the battlefield, you just see some fucking hardened general with a scar across his face take a fat fucking cigar out of his mouth. He goes, initiate, and then they fucking flip a switch and these big ass speakers just It's raining, man. Hallelujah. And then it's just dicks and buttholes just all over the fucking, and then any female soldiers are like, what the fuck are you guys doing? What the fuck? And they're like, boys only, no girls allowed.
This gives a whole new meaning to Don't Ask, Don't Tell.
It's like the reality of if the Little Rascals grew up.
I mean, it's brilliant if you think about it.
In theory, in a comic book world,
guys will fuck anything. So women, tell me,
specifically each other.
If you make them if the gay bomb worked, it would work. They would be too busy hitting it to fight.
What you would be better off like finding a way to like drop a chemical that just makes all their dicks fall off. That would cause more panic than anything. Just hit it, Jim, and like this time, fucking bomb goes off, non-sparkly chemical agent hits the atmosphere, and then you just start hearing a plop, 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 plop. My dick, or whatever my dick in Russian is. I don't know.
I don't know either.
My Kremlin. That was German as fuck. My Schnossage, my Wiener. My Wiener's on the ground, Klaus. What do I do? There's another bomb. Now my Wiener's on the ground and I want to suck it.
Huh.
Yeah, man. Gay bomb. So let's get into some details about this.
There's more?
This technology was described as distasteful but completely non-lethal. That was in the proposal. That's how they described it. They're like, we don't like them, but we'll utilize them to our advantage.
For 1994, that's pretty open-minded.
Yeah, they're like, those disgusting people that we hate? Let's use them to fuck the competitiveness out of themselves. Me personally, be gay as fuck. I don't give a shit. Love is love. I really don't care. But like, that's hilarious. It's distasteful, but completely non-lethal. That's basically that's the couth way of walking and going, all right, this is really fucked up, but hear me out.
I don't even know what to say. I don't even know if we're still in the air. Apparently we are. Go Fast is still commenting, so apparently we're still on the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
The Wright Laboratory requested $7.5 million over a 6-year period to develop this and similar concepts. So there's more concepts.
1994 this started.
$7.5 million over 6 years.
So this went on to 2000?
I don't think it got off the ground very far.
Okay. Well, obviously
it had
6 years.
That's what they requested.
Oh, okay. All right.
This thing had about as much leverage as most of those gay soldiers' dicks.
Could they create a non-lethal weapon that makes your dick bigger?
That is a lethal weapon. What are you talking about?
Oh, good point.
Because then you got dudes, then fucking each other on the battlefield takes a whole nother. I'm out of weapon. I'm out of ammunition.
Hold on.
I've dropped my sidearm. I'm gonna fuck him to death. Come here.
That gives new definition to bayonet.
Come here, boy. Gayonet.
Oh, fuck, we are God.
Dildo on the end of a rifle. It's the gayonet, bitch. It's coming for you.
Oh, we are so going to hell.
Oh my God.
We are going to get emails. This might be
after the Stone Cold Steve Osberger's episode. This one's not that bad.
I don't know. With your timing.
I said I said something a couple weeks ago that I literally said if it's offensive to you, then you're retarded and gay. This should be nothing.
Luckily for us, very few people watch this.
But that being said, I support. Yeah, you poke someone else's eye out. That's the goal.
Poke everybody's eye out.
A cock in each body. A cock into an orbital leaves the whole world blind. That being said, I support all people and think all people can do and say whatever they want. Gay people, black people, special people. I don't give a fuck. It's fun.
Every people but white people?
Yeah, fuck white people.
Okay.
I do say all the time, I've met more shitty white people than anybody else, but that's strictly because statistically I've met more white people than anybody else. Because I choose not to put myself around others.
You are Japanese. Jesus.
Stone Cold Steve Osberger's. If you go back, there's a short about it. I forget what episode it was. It was the it was the one about Lover Stalker Killer. I can't remember what it's called.
Liz Gay.
The
one where the bitch killed the bitch. They met online.
I'm the dude playing the dude disguised as another dude.
Because we were describing the police, the guy who worked for the police force that she was dating.
Yeah, Todd Butterball or some shit like
Butterbean.
that. Butterwad. I don't fucking know.
I believe you made that derogatory statement.
I called him Stone Cold Steve Osberger's, and I stand by it. It's accurate.
It does. Look it up.
He looks like Stone Cold Steve Austin if Stone Cold Steve Austin got up on the turnbuckles and chugged Yoo-hoo.
Which I never got. I never did like it.
Let's talk about some scientific feasibility on this.
Oh, this is feasible?
There are no known chemical agents that can induce specific sexual behaviors reliably. Reliably, mind you. So there are some that can possibly make you gay unreliably, questionably gay. So you're like, I kind of want to fuck you right now, but I don't know, man. I'm not committed.
I'm not in. So you're telling me these TikTok commercials I see where the perfume or this men's cologne where they spray it on the men and that girl just immediately wants
that's for women.
Suck him off?
Well, that's for women. Women develop to sense and be attracted to different pheromones than men.
Well, the way
but that is a good point. If I went, because they make that shit for women. If I were to buy a pheromone perfume for women and spray it on and go to a bar, am I just going to be like, am I going to be whack-a-mole and cock for the rest of the night? Like, back up, get the fuck out of here. Go get in your lifted truck. Get fuck off.
Hold on a minute. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to wrap my head around this fucking entire episode, and it's giving me a migraine. Continue. I'll come up with something.
I'm not even going to hit the next bullet point that it's scientifically implausible. I think that we've covered that just by saying the idea of it.
This is disappointing.
I know. I was really hoping for it, man. Like,
but is it really? Or is this just a psyop? They launched it. They turned the frogs. If you can turn a frog gay, you can turn
the freaking frogs gay.
You can turn Bob from Alabama gay.
You can make Bob like Knob.
Yes.
I mean, women like smoke, whiskey, leather, wood, deep, rich scents. Men like pretty, flowery, light scent. Not me. I like, apparently, according to this, you want sweaty trench warfare ass. It does give a whole new meaning to trench warfare.
That gives swamp ass a new fucking definition.
Like, I gotta dig a trench, Jim. Pull them down.
Okay. I see. Well, see, never mind. What about lesbians? Did they not even? They thought lesbians were all right, so they didn't make a lesbian bomb.
When in reality, they might be more dangerous than them all. Pissed off lesbian, 5'6", 240, spiked hair, maybe a mullet, wearing a cut off t-shirt.
I mean, typical fucking
running at you in jorts and Crocs. Typical
U.S. government. Forgetting about the women.
Some bitch named Tammy coming at you hot. Wearing a
The views expressed by Travis do not reflect on Phil.
She's coming in hot
Phil.
with a chain wallet and a fucking Guns N' Roses t-shirt. Wearing Bugle Boy cut-off jean shorts. With pride flag little fucking things that stick to the Crocs.
You know what? It's a good thing for our last episode. We're having a good fucking time.
Oh my god. Oh man.
Well, here's the thing about
she takes off her pit vipers and looks you in the eye before she beats the shit out of you. She like, I didn't put in 6 years driving a school bus for this kind of bullshit.
I don't.
Fuck.
I don't know. I can't wait for the fucking YouTube letter, the email from YouTube.
I miss Grace Under Fire for this.
That actually was. Wait a minute.
I like Grace Under Fire. But wasn't she gay?
I think so, and an alcoholic.
Same thing. You know, I've met quite a few gay alcoholics in my day. You got to bury that demon somehow, you know. Not the demon of being gay, the demon of like the ostracism and all that shit.
Okay, continue. Oh boy.
So the proposal was widely criticized, no shit, and ridiculed upon its revelation. No, you think? You're telling me, could you imagine being the guy that like really worked hard on this and then literally, yep, shut up, we'll get to it.
I'm leaving on this stuff.
And then being the guy that is like, I've spent 6 years of my life on this research, and I really think it's groundbreaking stuff, generals. Mr. President, here it is. It like does the whole slideshow, I'm assuming in 94, and then like turns on, and he's like just so proud of himself, and he's just sitting there with his fucking Coke bottle glasses and his virginity. He's just sitting there, and he's just like so fucking proud, and everybody in there's just stifling laughter, like, no, Professor, are you fucking serious? Like, you know that other thing that they're trying to tell us we can't say other than gay? Are you that? Oh, man. Oh, yeah. In 2007, the Wright Laboratory received the satirical LG Nobel's Peace Prize for this proposal.
Oh, I didn't see the satirical. So
yeah. Oh, no. Yeah.
Okay,
oh, is that what you're pointing out?
Yeah.
I thought you were looking at that.
What? Oh, no. I just saw Wright Laboratory received, and I just
Nobel Peace Prize.
I was like, what the fuck?
Did you see? We'll have to dive into that. Apparently, there's a lot of shady shit behind the Nobel Peace Prize.
Well, did you know the man who Nobel
was a piece of shit?
Nobel, you know what he invented? Dynamite.
AIDS.
I think that's why he made this, because he felt so bad about
why go with the gay bomb? Literally just drop fucking AIDS at that point. It's 94. We didn't have the technology we have. We didn't have all those fucking 30-second commercials where they're like, if you take Keytruda for PrEP, you can fuck all the buddies you want to.
I don't think it says that.
It doesn't, but I do think it's kind of stupid how, like, okay, I get that the gay community was affected more by AIDS. That sucks. But, like, they really hammer that part of it home on those those drug PrEP commercials for HIV and AIDS.
Yeah.
They really hammer home the gay part. It's like the opposite of like the diversity in a normal Claritin commercial, where you're like, straight guy, straight people, like. Whereas,
you know what?
As opposed to every other commercial where it's like white person, white person, white person, black couple, interracial couple, maybe if you're really getting into it, and then just to throw it in there just so you can cover all the spaces, handicapped Asian.
So, are you saying these drug companies are saying only gays get AIDS?
I think they're saying mostly gays get AIDS.
Okay.
So that's the gay bomb. It's totally fucking outlandish. I don't think you can. I say I don't think because science is capable of a lot of things, but I'm going to say I don't think you can turn someone gay. All jokes aside, I don't think gay is a choice.
You're saying every man that said, oh, she's only a lesbian because she hasn't had me yet is wrong? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually, I would usually say, if you say something like that around a lesbian woman, chances are she'll probably look at you and be like, no, guys like you are the reason I am a fucking lesbian. Have a good night.
Yeah. Okay. I can give it. Yeah. I see that.
So, again, it's outlandish. It's not going to work. It's not feasible. You can't fucking make people gay. And even if you can make people gay, I don't think that means that. It's not even that they were going to make them gay. They just wanted to make them fuck each other. I think that's just as implausible.
I think these were just for 1994. You had to pay for porn. I think these guys were just trying to get the rocks off.
That's an interesting thought.
Gay porn was hard to come by, and
maybe this is how they introduced some open door policies into the military.
Maybe
this was an admission.
I can't argue that point.
A nocturnal one. So, There was not a whole lot to that because it never became a thing. It is hilariously stupid and fun to talk about. Ooh.
Or did it?
Or are they releasing the gay bomb all over the world right now?
Maybe.
I mean, I don't see any fucking glitter on a day-to-day basis, so I seriously doubt it because there's no way you pull that chemical warfare off without glitter. It's just like...
I think you're stereotyping them.
Let's be real.
Okay.
RuPaul would have glitter. Just saying.
Okay.
So there's some other things. There's some other ridiculous things to talk about. And then we're going to end this with one that's legitimately was a thing and did happen. And it is also morbidly hilarious. So the next one we're going to talk about, these are all from the same proposal as the gay bomb.
What crack were these motherfuckers on?
You know, you want to know what my personal opinion is? If you really look at the timing, I think this is just some fucking stoner scientist that worked for the government that watched too much like Beavis and Butthead and Ren and Stimpy and started coming up with ideas. It kind of reads, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the next one is the flatulence bomb, a fucking fart bomb. So the concept of this was a chemical agent designed to induce uncontrollable flatulence in enemy personnel, leading to embarrassment and social discomfort. They wanted to make a bomb that would make people fart uncontrollably in order to...
I think they did.
To make for embarrassment and social discomfort. Let's talk about this for a second, because there's a real way around this one that I find to be immediately make it stupid and just ridiculous. We're talking about people that are at war. They're literally shitting in holes that they dig off to the side and burying it.
Not in 1994.
When necessary. Like in the field of battle, you're shitting in holes or your pants. You think they give a fuck about farting around each other? We're talking about a bunch of man children already, realistically. At least 50% of them. 50% of people that we send to war are still basically children.
They are, yes.
And you expect to make farts cause a rift in the ranks?
Okay, there was a flaw in the thought processes. I get it.
It's hilarious. It was the intended effect being disrupting group dynamics and lower morale and potentially mark individuals by odor for identification.
I think...
Get the fuck out of here, Jim. You literally just got too high and watched too many cartoons and turned it into a fucking proposal to the government.
Here, I think they worked. They actually were successful on this, but
because you live with me.
They did not. They couldn't make the flatulent bomb work. So they did the next best thing. They put money behind Taco Bell.
Oh, yeah. And Skyline.
And
Chipotle to an extent, depending on what you get.
But I think Taco Bell.
Yeah, they could have done this way cheaper. Instead of
about 1994 is when
they start popping up all over the place.
You know, you'd have to drive 20 miles to get to a Taco Bell.
Now you got everywhere. You got Nachos Bel Grande on deck.
1994, they started popping up like McDonald's on every fucking corner.
That's what they named. That's what they should have named it.
Right.
Its secret name. What are we gonna do, Captain? Last ditch effort. Unleash Nachos Hell Grande. But that would have been a way cheaper way to do it. Instead of all the research and development, just load up a fucking B-52 with a bunch of cheesy gordita crunches, fucking Doritos Logos tacos, and drop them out the back of an airplane.
I got a better idea.
Use guns.
No.
And real bombs.
Per the movie In the Army Now.
Great fucking movie.
With Pauly Shore.
Fantastic.
What was
film. He was... Wait.
What was his job in the military?
Water purification.
Exactly. So every army needs water.
Yeah. Fuck with their water.
Just get some liquid form of X-Lax. Contaminate the water.
Well, yeah, but they filter it. So you couldn't really do that unless you tampered with the post-filtered water.
There you go. Sabotage.
You're just gonna have. What, you're gonna hire Mr. Miyagi to roll around in a fucking ninja suit with a little blow gun?
What the fuck do the SEALs do?
And little fucking shit darts into the side of the water.
I hear so much about how badass the Delta Force is. Throw some X-Lax in some water. Get in and get out. Rambo could pull it off.
What is it? The calcium citrate, I think, or magnesium citrate.
Is that what it is?
Apparently, that shit'll make you just absolutely destroy a toilet.
Nice.
You drink a bottle of that, and it's just like I've thought about testing it.
Well, let's don't.
But I have a digestive disorder, and I'm like, I'll die.
Probably.
Like I'll overuse my bowel, and I will fucking die. Yeah, there you go. The heavy sweating bomb. A chemical agent intended to cause excessive sweating, leading to discomfort and potential dehydration amongst enemy troops. We're America. We're like the #1 military power in the world for how many years? Why the fuck is any of this on our radar?
Because this was like the you know how you have the AP class in high school, and then you have the senior refresher math people. These scientists were the senior refresher math.
This is the other guys.
This was the JV squad.
This is
the scout team.
This is Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell.
Yes, this was a scout team of scientists coming up with this shit.
Yeah, that's even more ridiculous than the fucking fart bomb. At least the fart bomb's funny.
Yeah,
what's funny about people that sweat a lot? That's called hyperhidrosis. That's a condition.
Yeah, exactly.
You get those weird sweaty handshakes.
What if they accidentally put some of that in the gay bomb?
That's what I was gonna say. What if you mixed the sweat bomb with the gay bomb? Then you got Then you got sweaty gay sex.
Is it a bad thing?
Like, could you imagine what it would sound like?
A lot of slapping and flapping.
It would sound like, I feel like if you took a whole battlefield of people having super obnoxiously sweaty gay sex, it would sound like you like put fucking lotion in your hands and then like rubbed them together vigorously.
I know one thing.
Mixed with
I just tried to deep flip the microphone.
I'm gonna bust.
I know one thing. If they were successful with the gay bomb,
especially
that wartime journalism, we wouldn't have to worry about that shit.
In 94, if you had like 18 to 22 year olds in 94, could you imagine the audio coming off of that gay bomb battlefield? I'm gonna fucking jizz. Oh, Jim, I'm about to bust a nut.
Yeah, I don't even think explicit is going to. I don't even think we have a badge for this episode,
dude. The halitosis inducing chemicals. So a bomb to give people bad breath.
Oh, okay.
Or chemicals to give people bad breath. I thought that to be the most peaceful one. Like, you're just laying in the trenches face to face with the guy. I don't know if we can make it out of here.
God damn, Jim, get a tic tac.
If you don't turn the fuck away from me, Billy Jim, you're not gonna make it out of here. I'm gonna kill you my fucking self.
Friendly fire, you will be shot.
I'm gonna kill you so hard, and then once they drop that sprinkly shit, I'm gonna fuck your dead body and desecrate your remains before they get home to your mom. Stop talking to me. Face the other way. Terry's the other way, and Terry's really fucking scary. He's terrifying. I'd rather take my chances with you. Oh shit, here comes the glitter bomb. I don't give a fuck about the 5.56, Jim Bob. I need the goddamn Vaseline. They're dropping the glitter bombs.
You think Agent Orange would bat? Agent
Pink.
Agent Pink and glitter.
Man, Agent Rainbow.
Oh boy, these scientists.
Yeah, you silly scientists. Let's see.
Trust the
additional
science.
concepts in this proposal. The Who Me bomb. A large stink bomb intended to produce a foul odor, making enemy living areas unpleasant.
Now that
The Who Me?
I mean, the name's fucking hilarious, but I think that is very plausible.
Yeah, stink bomb is a thing. Yeah, like
I mean,
I think it wouldn't go as far as them just moving 50 yards to the left.
have you?
Or I'm sorry,
Well, if you carpet bomb
one
that
click east southeast.
If you carpet bomb that fucking shit, well, like what they did with Agent Orange.
Yeah, but see, my thing with this is, and I don't want to sound heartless, but like all you're doing is prolonging the battle. Well, they're just gonna come back. You're just gonna keep dropping stink bombs and butt fuck bombs on them.
How effective that glitter bomb was.
You think they're just
dudes? They're only going.
You think they're just gonna fuck until they die? Like
they're going to do it once and they're going to have to recoup. they're going to be out for a while. It'll be at least 20 hours before they can do it again.
I don't know. Be the guy fucking flying the plane that drops that shit. Just like looks out the window. He's like, get fucked.
They will.
But or chemicals to attract insects and animals. These would be agents designed to draw biting insects or animals to enemy positions, causing annoyance and potential harm.
Or how about just drop the insects onto the troops?
It's just, or you really want a really cheap, effective way to do this in 94? Just force them to listen to Fran Drescher talk. They'll all fucking blow their brains out on their own.
Or just blare out Barry Manilow on the speakers.
No. I'm more of a fucking Michael Bolton guy myself. Michael Bolton's truly a gift to humanity.
Okay, if you say so.
That's what might be playing on the gay battlefield when they drop the fairy dust. Think about it. You just play Michael Bolton's greatest hits. Actually, you don't even play Michael Bolton's greatest hits. You just play When a Man Loves a Woman and cut out the "w" part. When a man loves a man.
That's sexist, Travis.
And then what's his only other one? Tell me how am I supposed to live without you? Now that I've been fucking you for about 4 minutes.
Oh, yeah, we're fucked.
The soundtrack of the gay war. That'd be an interesting one. Today in class, we're going to talk about the gay war of 1996. What? Shut the fuck up. It's real. So none of this happened. Go figure. There was either no plausible way of doing it, or they were like, that's fucking stupid.
So they got an A for effort.
Yeah, they're like, Professor, that's fucking stupid. Now, if you would please put your helmet back on, and there will be cookies and chocolate milk in your office when you get back there. Just keep doing your job we hired you for, and draw us shitty little pretty pictures. And Officer Doofy's out. Like the deaf kid from Major Payne.
I've never seen Major Payne.
You've never seen Major Payne? What the fuck?
I wasn't a big Damon Wayans fan.
Dude, I don't give a shit. You have to watch Major Payne. He becomes a fucking ROTC captain after being like a combat vet that's like nuts and breaks people's fingers like for fun. You have to watch. It's so fucking funny, dude.
I'll put that on my must-see.
One of the kids is deaf, and he's screaming at me. He's like, "Do you understand me, dummy?" And when the kids is like, "Sir, he's deaf, sir," he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Handicap Man. I did not mean to offend you." And he's just staring off into nothing. And he's like, "But if you don't listen to me when I'm talking to you, I'm going to put my foot in your ass. You understand me, dummy?" And he goes, "Dur ya dur."
Oh, we are so gone.
Oh, man. Yeah, the little fat kid, he makes him do sit-ups. He's like, "One, tubby, tubby." Dude, it's so fucking funny. I'm pretty sure you've heard me quote that before.
Probably.
Anytime I count and I go, 1, don't you feel dumb? 2, look at you. 3, don't you ever let me catch you talking behind my back. He goes off on a rant for no reason. It's fantastic. You have to watch. I'm shocked you've never seen that movie. It is a classic movie. I've watched it no less than 50 times in my life. It was one of my favorite. It's got Bam Bam Bigelow in it. Yeah. A very short cameo, but he is in it.
Huh.
Yeah. Bat Bombs.
Oh.
Or Project X-Ray. At least this one had a cool name.
COVID bomb. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh. Little bat stew.
Yeah.
A little fucking what is it? Fuck. What was that TV show? What was it? Supermarket Dash or whatever the fuck?
Oh, where they go shopping and they get something along to...
The COVID version. Wet Market Mash. Wet Market Smash. That should be the name of the documentary that tells people about COVID in 100 years. Wet Market Smash, the story of how the world shut down for a fucking year. So Project X-Ray, obviously during World War II, So this is a long time ago. This is different stuff, but I just found some more interesting shit to sprinkle in there, like, you know, the fairy dust gay stuff. The U.S. developed a plan to attach small incendiary devices to bats. Yes, so these bats would be released over Japanese cities, roost in buildings, and ignite fires upon detonation. So they would just have bats fly into buildings, and they'd be like, fuck that bat. They'd hit a button and be like, and he'd just turn into a little fucking fireball. And as we all know, it's fucking Japan. All their goddamn doors are made of wood and fucking paper, so you're screwed once it happens. It was abandoned due to logistical challenges, but like, and the development of the atomic bomb. We went with a better option. But think about it. Could you imagine?
On one hand, we're working on the atomic bomb, the Manhattan Project.
Fucking fire bats, man.
Over here, we got Project Manhattan. Over on this end, we got Project X.
We got fire bats. Sir, I understand we've dropped millions of dollars and crazy amounts of research into this plan that's almost complete and could completely demolish this foe and end the war, but fire bats. Hear me out. Fire bats.
But you know, there is precedent for this.
Oh, animals have been used in warfare.
Right. You know, like the millennia. Romans would launch their beehives in their...
Yeah. I've got something similar to that. But like, it's so funny to think about.
No, it wasn't it wasn't the Romans. Somebody did it to the Romans when they were sacking the city.
But it's so funny to think about because, like I said, you got all these houses. Granted, I understand the buildings are made of different stuff, but like you got all these houses that have fucking paper doors and shit like that, and they're just made of wood and paper, and then you got a bunch of fire bats rolling around, and then once they start to get used, if they were ever used, then the Japanese start to know what's going on, and you just got a bunch of random Japanese people being like, oh, Deki Matsui Toshiba Honda Mitsubishi, while they're eating dinner, and then like, and they're like, oh shit, the bat, we'll all fucking die. Like, oh, it's a fire bat.
Once again, I got a better plan.
They fucking landed on one, and then it landed on Japan twice.
No, World War II, according to my G.I. Joe figures I had when I was a kid,
nobody had dicks anyway, so how's the gay bomb gonna work?
There was a guy with a flamethrower.
Yeah, I would think he would be more... So a gun that shoots out fire bats.
No, just shoots out fire.
That'd be even better. Could you imagine that? You have projectile fire bats, so you can shoot them and then they get to fly off on their own for the solid 1.3 seconds until they burn to death.
Like one of them shirt cannon guns they have against.
Yeah, but with flaming bats.
I'm just saying.
I don't think the bats would do you much good. I think you could use a ground-dwelling rodent at that point. I'm pretty sure it'd be dead by the time it exited.
Why don't they just put a stick of dynamite in a fucking rat's ass and... Yeah.
Or just do,
or
plague them.
Or is that on the list too?
No.
Okay.
Plague them. Fuck it. This one's good.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Project Habakkuk ice aircraft carriers.
Landing would be a bitch.
Yeah, the British explored building massive aircraft carriers out of whatever that word is.
Concrete?
Right? I think that's how you say it. A mixture of ice and wood pulp. The rationale being pykrete was believed to be strong and resistant to melting, making it suitable for constructing unsinkable carriers. It was deemed unpractical.
No shit.
Or impractical, sorry.
The same moron that came up with the fucking gay bomb came up with this shit.
Yeah, like, what are we going to fly these planes off of? Ice cubes.
It's called a glacier.
Yeah, what the fuck? Just lop off the top of a glacier and use it. It's already pre-existing.
Right.
It's already lasted a while.
You don't have to build shit.
How fucking long is it going to take you to freeze this goddamn thing? This is the 40s. Well, I don't know if this was in World War II, but either way, even today, where the fuck are you going to freeze this goddamn thing? The Cincinnati Cyclones facility is not going to pull this one off, I don't think.
What exactly is wood pulp? Is that like sawdust?
I guess. Just a little wetter.
I don't think this...
It's what chipped off all the gay bomb soldiers' dicks after hours upon hours of homosexual sexualities.
I don't want to be the one to test this,
Could you imagine
towards the equator?
Right? That's my thing. Like, how unmeltable do you think it fucking is?
I don't want to be the first crew out.
Like, what the fuck are you thinking? It's a cool idea. I'll give you that. In a fucking comic book.
I'm not even sure it's cool in a comic book.
It'd be different if you had like Dr. Freeze from fucking Batman on your side.
True. You get Arnold on it, he might be all right.
Or the black guy from The Incredibles. Frozone, I think was his name.
I don't know.
Small role. He didn't die though, so he's got one up on most black actors. He didn't die in that movie. He saved the day, actually. Oh, you're looking at vampire psyops in the Philippines?
Yeah. Does this go past bats?
So
bats?
This is a concept from the 50s where the U.S. forces exploited local superstitions by simulating vampire attacks to scare off insurgents.
That's just being that's actually kind of smart.
Yeah, they staged scenes where bodies were drained of blood and left with puncture wounds.
That's actually...
It was effective in causing panic and dispersing enemy forces.
That's actually smart as fuck, bro.
Right? And it worked.
Huh.
Dumb Filipino pieces of shit.
Well, they're Asian that speak Spanish.
They're the Mexicans of the Orient.
And I mean, they're confused.
I say that all the time. If it wasn't for Manny Pacquiao, who would even know where they are? Name one Filipino other than Manny Pacquiao. Not Bobby Lee's ex-girlfriend. She's only half.
Joe Coy's mom?
Fair enough.
Okay.
Name another one.
Can't.
Exactly. Because they don't matter. I'm just kidding. I know a Filipino. I talk to him pretty regularly. He's all right for a Filipino. He's the one that we were talking about it when COVID was popping off. Where he was like, it's crazy how people are jumping on Asian people because of this shit. And I was like, yeah, I know. Don't they know that that's our own job? I was like, there's enough problems between ourselves. I was like, you know, you and me get into it. It's because you're Filipino, and as a Japanese American, I'm better than you. He got it.
He got it. He got the joke.
Only Asians get it.
Well, there's a hierarchy.
Yeah. And there's no more rampant open racism than inter-Oriental racism. What? Oh, sorry, you can't say Oriental anymore.
All right, your Japanese privilege is showing.
There's no way. That camera doesn't zoom in far enough to see my dick.
Oh, fuck this next one.
Oh, anti-tank dogs?
Yeah, fuck
yeah.
them.
The Soviet Union, go figure. Those evil commie bastards trained dogs to carry explosives to enemy tanks.
Fucking bastards.
They were taught to run under them, triggering the explosive.
Bastards.
Fucking Russians. Bunch of Ruski pieces of shit. I don't know, can you say that anymore? But fuck them. They're killing dogs.
How dare they?
The dogs often ran back to their handlers and targeted Soviet tanks, leading to the project's discontinuation.
I guess they didn't teach them about...
Dude, I'm sorry. That makes the dog death a little bit better. The fact that it was like, and turned around and fucked up the people that were trying to blow him up. He was like, Master has food. And then Master is food. That's the only saving grace of that one, is the fact that these fucking dogs turned around and were like, oh no, loud noises over there. I don't want to go with them. Fuck you, Stalin. Wind cannon. Self-explanatory.
Is this the flagellant bomb?
No, it just shoots wind at a very high rate of speed, which they kind of I had one of these. It was called an Airzuka when I was younger. It was like a funnel, and like it had like a bag with a adhesive thing, not adhesive, a elastic band and like a handle, and you pulled it back and you shot a poof of air at people. It worked. Like, it would catch you off guard if you didn't know it was coming. You'd be like, oh, fuck. And yes, for all of you wondering, I did fart into it.
That's what you
did. And yes, you could successfully shoot a fart across the room and hit somebody in the face with it.
Oh my God.
I did it to several members of my family in my younger years. It did work, and it was fucking hilarious. Don't act like if you were given that thing at like 11 years old, you wouldn't have done the same fucking
I would not
thing.
have done that.
You're so full of shit. You're sitting there at 10 years old shooting air puffs at people when you fart, and you know you're going to tell me you wouldn't go, huh?
I just want. Here's my problem with this. Now, the Nazis in Germany, we were lucky to win that war because the Nazis were so much.
They had UFOs.
Well, they were so. Well, I'm getting to that. We're so much more advanced than us.
Yeah.
You know.
Strictly because they were way more fucked up than us in their tactics to find this technology.
But these are the same people who made the jet engine, the BMWs, the Glocke, which is the Bell,
Volkswagens,
which is a UFO, basically. You're telling me at the same time, old Adolf
stitched twins together.
Old Adolf said, "You know what? Rupert over here, was talking about a wind gun.
Yeah,
I got." What's his name over here building the Saturn V rocket?
They had the same plan. They were gonna put the fart bomb into the wind cannon. Captain, what do we do? Das Farten shooten.
But
the Krapper cannon. Pull out the Krapper cannon.
All right.
But we've laid waste to Mother Russia. It smells like shit. Take that, Rasputin.
The execution part of that. Read that. Go ahead.
Which part?
For wind cannon execution. Execution.
That it was ineffective.
No.
Oh, the cannon fired blasts of air intended to disrupt aircraft flight.
I got an idea. It's called a fucking bullet.
Yeah, it's called stuff we already have. Especially
why are we reinventing the wheel here?
Especially considering, I forget what it's called. I'd have to look it up. But like the Germans had like the biggest gun ever.
Oh yeah, that was that one.
The one on a train track.
Yeah,
yeah, that could shoot like 38,000 meters.
Yes,
and it took like fucking like 42 minutes to reload or some shit like that.
Even the Germans had short bus scientists.
Like you had that, and then you're fucking worrying about this bullshit.
Apparently.
You had a gun the size of a fucking train engine, and you're like, Wind? What about Wind, though? That's just you having too many goddamn scientists with not shit to do. And they're like, well, Franz made a giant fucking gun on train tracks. What do? I make fucking wind guns. This is why I didn't get the goddamn promotion.
I think this was just an environmentalist.
This is why I have a stupid regular uniform and not a Hugo Boss suit. It's stupid and gay, just like the bomb I tried to make last week. Speaking of what you were talking about earlier, Hannibal, the Carthaginian general Hannibal used jars filled with venomous snakes as biological weapons. He just launched them, motherfuckers. Could you? This is hands down the most terrifying fucking weapon we talked about.
I think this is effective.
This is way scarier than getting turned gay.
I'd rather suck a dick than deal with these venomous
That's what I'm saying. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine knowing it's coming too? Like you see one land like way over there, and then like you look up and you're like, oh fuck.
Well, the problem if it lands way over there, them motherfuckers are gonna come to you.
And it's okay, what are you gonna do? You gonna fucking T-Rex it? Nobody move. If we don't move, they won't attack. Even though that's inaccurate in fucking Jurassic Park. If you ever run into a T-Rex, fucking move.
What are the odds?
Serpentine pattern.
The only worst part about this, or the more dickish part of this, is Hannibal. He obviously had to have somebody.
Load them into
that.
Yeah, I thought that too. Could you imagine being that guy? He was like, fuck.
You know, he graduates from Hannibal's military college and they're getting their assignment.
I mean, what'd you expect? Did you expect something crazy not to happen? This motherfucker crossed a mountain range on goddamn elephants.
Well, you know.
And I'm pretty sure he also had the fucking elephant swords. You ever see that shit?
No.
Yes, but in like India and shit like that, they would forge fucking swords that onto fucking elephant tusks. And they would ride them into battle and they just swing their fucking head around with like 8-foot swords on the end of their tusks. Gnarly. Sick. That's dope. Snake bombs? Suck my dick. Elephant swords? Dope. We need that in more movies.
I think so.
That would be fucking terrifying. Even though it's an Asian elephant, it's much smaller than an African elephant. If you did it with an African elephant, then now you're talking to a mastodon. Game of Thrones missed out on that one. Yeah. Mastodons with swords. Shit.
Fuck them dragons.
Shit. Yeah, fuck the dragons are like, no, fuck that.
We're out.
The giants are like, well, they didn't talk, so like, they did have a language, didn't they?
I don't remember. Probably, but
It probably just sounded like Sloth from the Goonies. Sounded like fucking like Tony Robbins after he like bit his tongue. Anyway, now this is the big one. There's the gay bomb, and then there's Operation Acoustic Kitty. Have you ever heard of Operation Acoustic Kitty?
Isn't this a no?
What?
I was going to make a queef joke, but no.
Ain't that a pussy fart? All right, Operation Acoustic Kitty. Let's talk about the background and the concept. This is fucking intense. Launched in the 1960s by the CIA's Directorate of Science and Technology. So this is an American thing.
Oh, of course.
The objective of this was to covertly eavesdrop on Soviet officials by transforming cats into mobile surveillance devices.
Okay.
The thought process was using the cat's natural agility and inconspicuous presence were seen as ideal for infiltrating sensitive areas without arousing suspicion. You just got a cat. It's just a cat walking around, you know. It's just a little puss.
Who doesn't like a little puss?
It's just a little puss roaming around. Who doesn't like a little puss? Just a little bit of, you know, a little puss strolling by while you're having a brunch. Bomb. Yeah, yeah. That reminds me of another shirt that I thought was hilarious. Like, I'm not a huge cat person, but it was hilarious. It was a shirt that said, "Tell your cat I said pss, 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 pss." I think that was pretty funny. All right, I'll give you that one. So, technical implementation, surgical modifications. To do this, they implanted a microphone in a cat's ear canal. They then inserted a small radio transmitter at the base of the skull, wove a thin antenna into the cat's tail fur, and integrated a power supply within the body cavity. This is a living cat. I know you're not a cat person, but this is terrible.
I'm all for it. But I think an easier way would just, hey, give it a collar with all that shit.
Right? That's what I thought the same fucking thing. If you can have a fucking solar system on the collar of the cat from Men in Black, but you gotta do this thing, the fucking Frisky. You gotta turn Frisky into a goddamn cyborg. You gotta make him fucking Data from Star Trek Voyager. The fuck? This poor cat. Like I said, I'm not a cat person either, but like, fuck, don't do this to him. That's fucked up. Just kill the goddamn thing. Fuck. So they trained this cat.
Can you really train a cat?
The cats,
well,
underwent training to follow specific commands and ignore distractions.
That's pretty much what a cat's nature is, to destroy or not to pay attention. Well,
additional surgeries were performed to suppress hunger instincts, aiming to prevent the cat from straying during missions. So they starved it, I guess.
What year was this again?
The 50s or 60s?
I know what 60s. This was.
What?
Operation Paperclip. These fucking Nazi scientists.
This really happened.
I know. This was Nazi fucking scientists doing this shit.
Probably. Pardon my ice in the microphone.
You had, what's his name, went to NASA, and the rest of them went to this project.
Yeah, probably.
It just sounds like some Nazi shit.
So basically they made a cyborg cat and then starved it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or just, well, they probably, surgery was performed to suppress hunger instincts. No, it wasn't. It was the goddamn power supply that you secreted into its body cavity. It just wasn't hungry because there was a goddamn power strip in his stomach. He had a fucking surge protector in his fucking guts. The fuck? Field testing and outcome.
I'm sure it was fantastic.
They had a test mission. They released the modified cat near a park bench outside the Soviet embassy in Washington, D.C., where two Soviet officials were conversing. Shortly after release, almost immediately, mind you, not shortly, almost immediately, the cat was hit and killed by a taxi because it did not do what they wanted it to do. The cat did what cats do, and it got run over by a fucking cab. immediately. like
that cat just committed suicide.
Like, I'm pretty sure within a minute of them releasing the cat, he got fucking run over by a car.
That cat said, fuck this, I'm out.
Therefore, yeah. They said, now go get us this information. like literally, like, almost immediately got hit by a car. Good call. You know, these are those variables you can't test for in the lab. You know what I mean? They don't have 55 Bel Airs painted yellow in the fucking labs. They should have thought of that. You're dealing with a fucking four-legged animal that is pretty well known for being a street-dwelling animal that gets hit by cars. You'd think you'd check that off the box. Like, oh, we're going to make him not hungry. But then he gets hit by a fucking car. Good job, America. Way to be. We're really reaching for straws on this one. You would have been better off just, like, walking up with, like, one of those fucking glasses and nose and mustache disguises and sitting next to these guys and being like, just trying to cover your face. That would have been a more effective way to do it. They'd be like, that guy's ugly as fuck. Anyway. So, following the unsuccessful test and recognizing the impracticalities, the CIA concluded that the project was unfeasible for real-world applications, and it was officially terminated in 1967, because Whiskers was officially terminated in 1966.
I should have fucking told them this.
Yeah. They did all this to a living animal, a little cat, and then it got hit by a fucking car immediately.
I mean, they got basically what happened here. These scientists, U.S. scientists / Operation Paperclip Nazi scientists, got wind of the bomb dogs from fucking Russia or the Soviet Union and said, hold my beer. I got an idea.
You ready for the real kick in the balls as a U.S. citizen?
What?
The duration, approximately 5 years of development and testing, and an estimated $20 million.
For the fucking cats?
Yes. For research, surgical procedures, training, and testing. 5 years and $20 million they spent making a cyborg cat that got immediately hit by a fucking taxi.
Hold on, pardon my yawn, because I'm about to lose my shit. But I have a question.
Who yawns before they use their shit? Like, oh, he's yawning, you better run.
1967. Was this $20 million in 1967?
I think so.
Or the equivalent to what would be?
I think it was $20 million in 1960. So it's like $182 billion.
Okay.
Basically, you could buy the Empire State Building.
To try to make a robotic cat.
Just to listen to people. Like, you didn't have those big fucking things that you point at people. The big radio, the satellite dishes that you just... This is ass. This is so boring. We've got to fucking make a robot cat. It works, Jim. I know, but it's fucking dumb. I look dumb. Don't I look fucking dumb? How much cooler would I be if I had a robot cat? Fucking get the paperwork going. We're going home.
Don't now they have fucking listening devices that can read the vibration off a window?
Yeah. It's like lasers and shit. And these motherfuckers were cutting up the mascot for Frisky Feast, thinking they were doing some hot boy shit, and then next thing you know, hong hong, fucking dead. After $20 million could you imagine being the guy that has to go to the head of the CIA and fucking have that conversation? Oh, Agent 0069. Welcome back. How was the field research? What kind of information do we gain from those dirty Ruski commies? So hear me out before you get mad. Don't hit me. How'd your amazing $20 million idea come out, Jim? Well, flat. Where's the cat? I need to download the information.
It's on a Michelin somewhere.
I don't think you're gonna want it. I got it. I don't think you're gonna want it. What if it was a pet? Like the head of the CIA was like, "This is the only cat I trust for this mission. I've had this cat for 10 years. It's the only thing that survived the house fire. My wife and children died in that house fire. and I could only get this cat out. That's how much I love this cat. This cat is going to do well by the United States government. Well, your cat's fucking dead. Your cat did really well at death.
How did the cat cross the road? It didn't.
Frisky crossed the Rainbow Bridge.
Oh, well, what can you do?
Little furball.
I would hope somebody lost their job over this.
It makes you. I hope they all fucking lost their job. I hope they fired the whole CIA and rehired it from the ground up. I hope they hired some dude from fucking Kinko's to be the manager.
The sad thing is, this is the same time as the CIA was doing MK Ultra.
Where do you think they came up with the fucking idea?
Operation
Somebody got into the supply.
Midnight Climax.
That's what they call the gay bomb.
Well, when they realized the gay bomb wasn't work, let's open up a few brothels.
And a cat.
Send the cat into the brothel. See what happens.
I mean, it's the same theory. Fuck up a pussy. But
oh fuck me.
Yeah, just that's the most ridiculous thing ever. Especially because, like I said, I'm not a cat person either. But like, if you're gonna mutilate a cat, have somewhat of a better outcome at least. It gains some type of intelligence or anything from it. Make the cat, I mean, it is still a living thing. Make its suffering worth something. Don't just be like, all right, we chopped you into little bits and put a fucking an IBM computer in your fucking gut. And you walk weird because you're a goddamn cyborg now. I don't know. It's totally believable. Cyborg cat's not going to be noticeable. I guess it probably wouldn't look any more fucked up than a shitty stray cat at that point. But they're like, all right, we've put you through this torturous life up to this point and starved you and turned you into a robot. Now's the time. And then, boom. Maybe the cat just fucking offed itself.
I think so.
It was just in so much pain and it was like, I can't go on any longer. That looks heavy enough to crush my fucking skull. Good. Not good that the cat died. Good that if the cat made the conscious decision to off itself to tell just to fuck over these CIA agents, good. That cat's my hero.
This is obviously the bottom of the barrel CIA.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, like, I'm pretty sure we didn't need information that fucking bad.
People have made fun of, what was the operation called with remote viewing? Whatever it was.
Operation Peephole.
We were doing this. And then people want to make fun of trying to get psychic viewers.
Right.
Or remote viewers.
Like, this makes the gay bomb look legit.
I still think they're holding out hope for the gay bomb. They probably still have scientists working.
Oh, I'm sure some cult follower of stupid shit in the government's like, I'm going to bring it back. I got something working. I got something working. I got a sweaty G-string from George Michael's estate, and I squeezed it into a test tube. Pretty sure I can refine that into a chemical that will make dudes fuck one another. I'm going to test it in a public bathroom.
Ah, boy. What can we do? What else we got here, Travis?
That's it. I started with a banger, no pun intended, and I...
Bang him. Not a bang
him. And then I ended with that.
I'm not sure we can get any shorts out of this one.
I bet we can. It's just, who are we willing to piss off? The gay people, the Asian people, the black. Take your pick. The only person we haven't gone, let's make a Jew joke on our way out. Got to make a Jewish joke on our way out now.
I did.
What?
Remember the one operation? Did we just get anti-Semitic?
Oh, yeah. I was thinking something a little funnier. Like,
my shit wasn't funny.
Like, what's a Jewish guy say on a golf course?
No, we're la 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 la. We're not doing this.
What's a Jewish guy say on a golf course?
I don't know. I don't care.
$3.99
I don't get it.
instead of $4.
I don't get it.
No, shut the fuck up. That's funny.
I don't get it.
It's the difference between a Jewish person and a canoe. A canoe might tip. What? It's fine. They control the weather. They're good.
Are you done?
You think there's any Jewish Scientologists? That's a level of control nobody's ready for. That's a level of power unknown to any man.
It's an interesting thought.
What if they made a gay atomic bomb? A gay bomb with the spread of an atomic bomb. Just have whole regions of gay.
Nuclear winter would be just
fabulous.
Just make its way around the fucking planet.
Just everybody be wearing fucking Ugg boots and boas.
Listening to
Celine Dion.
Or what's his name?
Which one? Elton John?
Yeah, Elton John.
George Michael. Queen.
See, Queen's...
What an interesting name for an openly gay singer.
Nah.
Queen.
I mean, but Queen... See, you would have never really thought that unless you knew. Well, I guess.
Yeah, you would.
Oh,
Much like Rob Halford from Judas Priest.
But at the time, nobody saw that.
Oh, yeah, like the coolest shit, the coolest fashion and shit like that in metal in the 80s was gay as fuck.
He just brought the gay club scene to the fucking stage, and
I'm talking about Rob Halford still.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, he made it gay, like literally. If you look at all the stuff, they're like, oh, he's so rock and roll, da da da. Everything he wore ended up being stereotypical gay garb 10 years later.
Yes.
He was just being like, you guys are fucking stupid. I love dick.
I mean, but nobody,
I love two things, rock and roll all night and fucking hard cock.
I mean, nobody saw that. Yeah, I was alive during that time.
I want to cock and roll all night and be super fucking gay.
Nobody saw.
I can't believe nobody from Kiss is gay.
I don't know. I can't believe nobody, looking back at it, nobody fucking saw it.
No warning signs.
Nobody saw
like
it. Like
Eminem from the interview.
Judas Priest frontman was gay as fuck.
Like Eminem from the interview. I've just pretty much been leaving a breadcrumb trail of gayness.
I mean, looking back at it now, we're like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. It makes too much sense.
I mean,
it makes more sense than mathematical equation.
Judas Priest was a cop, a construction worker, and an Indian away from being the fucking village people.
Yeah. And now it's fucking Chapel Rowan is the queen of the gays. Pink Pony Club chick. Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing.
The only one that it was obvious that he was of hetero or not homosexual, not heterosexual.
Gay.
Liberace.
Oh, duh. I mean, kind of Elton John too, for real.
Well, but not in the beginning, though. I mean,
it's because it was just so new. If somebody came out and like, I'll be honest, Benson Boone, please stay. These wonderful things that I've done. That guy fucking got TikTok famous. He dresses low key kind of fucking gay when he performs.
Does he?
Yeah, he's a monster though. He's a dude that did like a fucking front flip off a piano at like the Grammys or some shit like that, wearing like a powder blue, like skin tight fucking one piece vis-a-vis like some Mick Jagger looking shit. But then at the same time, fucking Greta Van Fleet, the band that sounds like Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their front man dresses the same way, like skin tight one pieces and shit like that. Guess who came out of the closet?
Oh, he's...
Yeah.
Huh.
I saw it pop up and I was like, is anybody going to act surprised other than the fucking 19-year-old girls that want to bang him?
I can kind of see it. Not an attractive man.
Which one?
The lead singer.
From Greta Van Fleet?
Yeah.
I just can't believe the band stayed together.
Why?
Because one or two of the guitar player and the bass player is brothers. You would think that, you know, if they were a good American family, they'd have been like, can't do it, bro. You're gay. Can't support that.
I thought they were brothers.
Yeah, the drummer's the only one that's not. I'm kidding. Once again, I don't give a fuck that he can suck all the dicks he wants. I don't care. They make good music. I like it.
I'm not a big fan. I have to say, there's something about his voice that annoys me.
It's too Robert Planty.
No, it's not even Robert Plant. No, it's a different tone than Robert. Robert was he's more nasal than Robert Plant ever thought about being.
I don't know. I mean, some of it's better than others, but
musically, I like the music is very Led Zeppelin-esque.
Oh, yeah.
But his voice, no.
I hear it.
It sounds like that cat that got fucking hit by the fucking cab. That's what he sounds like.
Who else is gay? Kevin Spacey's gay. They're like, oh, I'm pretty sure that Kevin Spacey did inappropriate, aggressive things with young boys. I'm fucking gay. Water under the bridge, man. Water under the bridge. Gay water under the gay bridge. No big deal. Not a hate crime. Didn't say anything. Have a good day, Mr.
Spacey. What you're saying is Spacey
Get back into your pink Volkswagen Beetle and have a good day.
Basically, what you're saying is he threw out a pink glitter smoker bomb to draw attention away from him.
He's a gay batarang. Like, who the fuck? Why didn't OJ pull that? I can't believe you did this to your wife. I'm fucking gay, Your Honor. Case dismissed.
Judge,
you have a wonderful life. I love you. Don't get AIDS. Like, what the fuck? It did, though. Work for Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, good for Kevin.
Good for Kevin Spacey.
You know.
Oh, God. This would have been the perfect time for me to have had made that fat and gay shirt. Should have wore it. Should have had it made and wore it. Fat and gay. With a fucking pink mullet on the back.
I have no idea how to even begin to edit this episode.
Don't just put it out.
There might not be a podcast episode for this one.
Oh, there's going to be the podcast episode.
There might not be a podcast version for this one. All right. I say we end this complete and total disastrous glitter bomb of a fucking episode.
The nice part is, for all the people that listen, there's a solid 15 minutes on both ends that you can just lop off.
Didn't we talk about that? Didn't they?
What?
Lopping shit off earlier? What bomb was that again? Okay, never mind.
Definitely wasn't the gay bomb. Then it wouldn't work.
All right. We will see you guys next week for hopefully we'll see you next week. If we still have another account.
We'll make a new one.
If we might not be a bad idea.
Okay. I've thought about it.
All right. We will see you guys next week. Take care.
Oh, yeah. I have the thing.
We appreciate everybody in the chat room. Go fast. We'll get with you about all your fascinating shit.
Yeah. Hit us up on Instagram if you're still in here.
Take care.
Fastest way to get a hold of us.
We'll see you next week.
Gay bomb.